All right, here's the Khadi logbook. Now, I first saw this on Irit Landgraf's YouTube channel, and oh my goodness, I took a long time considering whether I should get this or not because, you know, she says that she loves it, but she hates it. I mean, not that, well, I wouldn't, she's spoken a lot about this, so just, you know, I don't believe she has one single YouTube channel reviewing her logbook, but she's mentioned it in several videos, so I think you could probably search like logbook and it'll come up somewhere. But yeah, so I finally decided to get it to try for myself whether I like it or not. And you know, worst case scenario, it has so many pages, like look how thick that is. And I could probably use it for like a sketching project or something. Where should I open this? Oh, here we go. Oh, well, that didn't work. I'm so excited to try this. I think I probably thought about this for like over a year, whether I should get it or not. Okay, here we go. We're gonna try them out today. Same paper. Does it have any? I believe this is 100 GSM, if I remember correctly. Oh, I'll need to count the pages for you guys too, right? Okay, hang on. One thing at a time. Khadi paper, 100% cotton, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Smooth. Yes, that's... Is it supposed to be smooth? I don't remember. Well, anyways, it says smooth, so it has to be smooth. All right. So, exposed binding. Exposed section stitched binding, so you could see all the signatures. That's quite beautiful, actually. Oh no. Am I seeing some spots already, or is it just me? Are you guys seeing it too? Like, I don't know if you could see. It says Khadi on the back. Comes with 3 bookmarks. Nothing special, not thick or anything, just strips of pieces of paper. Okay, I'm gonna take these all out. Oh, I wonder what those are. Is it like just the fiber? The fibers of the paper? Like, you know how cotton isn't uniform? Yeah, there's like specks of dots in here. I wonder if it's part of it, or I don't know. Do any of you guys have this logbook? What are these little things? Are they defects, or is it part of the paper? Okay, so it's definitely very thin paper. Like, look at that. Right? Super thin. Feels like, and it's also smooth. So it feels almost like cartridge paper. But I could pretty much open the page flat. That's not bad. I quite like that. And so many pages. I think I'll count the pages later, but I want to try. And then I think I might write the specifications of the paper on here later. We'll see. Let's see. So I usually test out my sketchbooks in the back pages. So if I don't like them, then they're not the first thing I see when I, you know, flip through them, flip through the sketchbook later on. Okay, let's see. Let's try some... Let's just try swatching, right? What is this? Potter's Pink. This is odd. What is this? This page is thin, This one is thick. I'm feeling resistance, but this is thin. What is happening? What is that? Oh, that's... Oh, there we go. Okay. Oops. Hang on. Okay, so if you get this book, because it's section stitched, this signature, the signature of this back cover, it's one piece of paper, right? So they folded it, and then that's why this page here is as thick as the cover. Okay, totally messed that up. Queen magenta, a little bit dark there. Queen coral. PR 254. Queen gold hue. Ooh, beautiful. Nickel titanate. The colors are pretty vibrant on here. Again, this is just a quick testing first impressions, not a review. Phthalo green. Let's skip to some more beautiful colors. Cobalt turquoise. Is that, what is that? I'm not liking that texture. Why? It feels like it's the same texture as, you know, when you're painting and the paper peels off. P-I-L-L, not P-E-E-L. Ultramarine blue. What is that texture? I am not liking that texture. Can you guys see? Like, can you guys see that texture? Do you see what I mean? It's like a pilling texture of sorts. Like, what is that? Is that the paper or is that me? But my palette's fine. I was just painting with my palette earlier and it didn't have any problems. I wonder if it's the paper, because all of them are having that effect. Okay, I'll definitely, after this session, I'll definitely need to paint some more with this sketchbook, and then I'll need to report back. But so far, I am not liking it because of the pilling effect. But it seems like it's handling water pretty well. Like, it's not soaking through too much. You could see that there's, like, you know, that buckling of the paper where the water got put on. But yeah, it's not like, you know, seeping through the paper. Okay, right now, my only gripe with it is that weird paper pilling texture. Like, oh, I'm not happy about that. But the colors are looking pretty vibrant, so we shall see. Again, this is a first impressions, not a complete review. I'll test it some more and then I'll come back and report to you guys again later. Okay, let's count the pages together, shall we? All right. We'll see how many signatures there are first. Let's see. How should I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's 24 signatures, 24 signatures, okay, this way. And I already determined that it seems like the front and back covers, the front and back signatures, they're made up of this, the front and back covers are thicker paper than what's made up in between. So I want to say this is around 200 to 220 GSM approximately, okay? Like, well, technically it could be 180 to up to 220 in terms of watercolor paper, because I'm more used to those. So that's thick paper, thin, thin, and thick. And that seems to be the one signature. That's the cover, and it's also the same thing for the back. So I'm not going to count the number of sheets from those, okay? So let's see. I should bookmark that off. So this is cover, thin paper, thick paper. So I'll put that there. Cover, thin paper, thick paper, and put that there. And then we'll count everything in between, okay? Okay, this is gonna be a little bit difficult, but let's do with this together. Maybe I should section it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 59, 60. All right, sorry about that. Hospital called. Okay, I think we were at 60, right? Okay. 61, 62. $181 sheets of paper. 181 sheets of paper, not counting the front and back cover. Okay, I found it very interesting that after actually counting through the sheets of paper, each single sheet, if you noticed, there were some sheets where I'm like what, how am I supposed to count this? Like, am I sure it's one sheet of paper or 2 sheets stuck together? Like, I was really trying to figure it out. What I can tell after counting is that some sheets of paper are like, okay, let's see if I could find some. These, I'll talk about it as I go through them. So I noticed some of the sheets were extremely thin, like cartridge paper, but then there were some other sheets where they were thicker, and that's where I felt like, hey, is there more than one sheet of paper here? Oh, I can't really find any right now. I don't know, but here. This one. If you see this sheet of paper, it's like no resistance at all. This one has a bit more resistance. Like, this feels thicker than this sheet. And so there is some inconsistency between the pages, the sheets of paper, where some are thinner, some are thicker. But for the most part, they're pretty thin, like cartridge paper thin. But, and also, there are these like blemishes. Yeah, so there are these like blemishes within the pages. So I'm saying this book is definitely not for watercolor like masterpieces. Like, you get blemishes like that. You know, it's just the texture of the paper. And I also noticed that there's like these black dots within the sheets. It's within the paper, and it does say that it's smooth texture, like smooth surface texture, and I do agree with that. However, I kind of see a slight linen texture or pattern, so I don't know if that's part of their process or whatever, but for the most part this is pretty smooth, like that. Like that's much more prominent than others. So this sketchbook or logbook really is something for you to sort of mess around with. It's definitely not good enough paper to even like paint on, I guess. Like for the swatches, I don't know, these were pretty blotchy. I mean, not blotchy, but like, yeah, I don't like how they turned out, but in terms of like, you know, swatching out what color is what in your palette, then it's not too bad. And once it dries, it is pretty flat. Like you can see a little bit of buckling there still, but much better than the first day. And then there's also like these types of defects. Well, I don't know if I should call them defects, but yeah, they're not flat. And then there's like these parts where it's like there's some discoloration there in the paper. So yeah. So I'll be using this every now and then, should I feel like it. And then I'll do an updated review of this Khadi logbook in the future. Not sure how long it's gonna take. Yeah, I think I'll just use it until I feel like I have enough experience with it to review it properly, and then yeah, and then I'll put out that video. But for now, that's all I have to say for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to drink lots of water and stay hydrated.